What's up, gang? Hope everybody's doing good today. It's Bearded Bricky back at you again. It's been a long time. Just been sweating through the summer trying to, get the bank account up. But you know how that goes. One step forward, two steps back. That's all right. Today we're going to be laying out a footing for a foundation, a brick and block foundation. And I just wanted to show you all how I do that and give you a couple tips and tricks and hopes that it helps you make a little bit more money, make your job a little bit better. But we'll be back in just a few minutes, and we're going to be on a beautiful job site today, right on the water. And I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the video. And I'll see you in a few. Later. Check it out. This is where we're going to be working for probably the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Not a bad view for old boy from Collington. You can see this is one of the smaller houses we do, but you see those orange flags right there? Probably see one right over there, but here's one right here. The contractor gets a surveyor to come out here, do what we call hot stake the exterior four corners, and put a pin in them. You can kind of see that pin right there. And what I do is I come in here and just measure that, make sure that they're close, because it's my job to get them right. And then I'm going to plumb up off of that little pin right there, dead in the middle, plumb 4 lines straight up, and make sure it's square, and pull my corners, and I'm going to pull 4 lines off of there. So there's going to be a corner right over there, corner right there, right there, and right there. Those will be the 4 exterior corners of the house. And I will put batter boards up, pull string lines, so that I can measure out to make sure that the square is correct. And I'll show you how I get the square as well. All right, so we're back. If you can see, I've got 2x4 set out all the way around the job, making what looks like a box. And if you can look down here, kind of gives you an idea of what we're gonna do when you're out here by yourself. The problem with setting batter boards up is not putting them in place, but rather getting them level, because when you move a board, it moves up and down, so you can be within like a quarter or a half inch up and down. And you always want to start as close to right as possible, that way you finish as close to right as possible. So what we do is I come here and I drive it in with my 2-pound sledgehammer, and you come and let me see if I can get this. There we go. As you can see, it's kind of hard. So we're right there within a nice quarter, 1/8 inch, something like that. And then we come down here and we do the exact same thing. There we go. The exact same thing. So I know that those 2 points off of my laser level are level. So I can now use this and use this string line to put a straight line up. And that way I get a nice square box to work off of, which is going to help me when I'm taking my measurements, because when I pull a straight measurement, it's actually really, really close. So there's less going back and forth with time. So that's it right there. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides of the house, and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, well, welcome back. And as you can see, we got nice straight lines. I've got a boxed out group of batter boards. They're all the same level. They're all pretty much, for the most part, straight as can be. And what this is going to do is this is going to make me laying out easier. Still going to have to take a little bit of time, where I showed you those, what we call hot stakes with the pins in them. And I'm going to have to plumb up off of those, spend a little time getting the original box square. But then once I get the original box square, I can drop screws where those are going to be, and really just pull my lines and use those lines for all the rest of my walls. This house has between pier walls and exterior walls, porch walls, this house has 18 corners in it. So I want to make sure that I'm really close so that when I'm digging, I don't have to worry about my block sitting to the right or to the left of the footing. I know that everything's sitting right where it should be in the footing. So there it is. As you can tell, everything comes right to the top of the stobs, because my stobs are all level, you know, within a quarter inch, and they go straight down. So that's how I set up a box as a one-man crew. Hope it helps you. All right, in just a little while I'll show you how to square it up with string lines. All right, we're back at it again. We're getting ready to pull the string lines for the exterior outermost box, which means that it takes the outermost points of the house, not where the house ends, but the outermost points of the house, and we create a box out of it, and from there we pull everything in off of that. Here in North Carolina, we actually have, again, hot points or hot stakes with nail heads in them, and we're supposed to go off the middle of the nail head. The only thing is, there's one on each of the four corners, is that they're never exactly right. So with this house being on the water, the most important line is going to be this one right here, because this is going to square the view up with the water, which who wouldn't want a square view with the water? Absolutely beautiful. But what you're going to need right here is you're going to need a pocket knife. It's my Milwaukee Fastback. And then you're going to need a sledgehammer. You're going to need 2 levels, some line or string, a hammer or a screwdriver. I use a drill. And then you're also going to need, since you're doing it by yourself, you're going to need 2 of these grade stake materials from Home Depot. Those things are lifesavers. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to come here, if you can look down it, and we're going to line up these 2 grade stakes, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to plumb them over top of the nails, so that this line right here, is exactly where they want it in relation to the lot and the water. So this line right here is my most important line. Everything runs off of this line, and actually everything is going to run off of this point, which I'll show you after just a little while. But there it is. I'll be back after I put this line up. Okay, as you can see, we've got our front line up. I have this notched and marked and marker with a screw on the back side. The reason I put the screw on the back side is so that I can adjust that line. If I put it in the top, I can't do that. The line is plumbed up off of that stake right there, that little nail. And as you can see, we have a mark on that line for our line that's going to come from this way all the way over here into that batter board and make the side wall. And we did the exact same thing over here, except we only use this nail to get the line, to plumb this line. As you can see, there is a point right there, but if you look at it, there's a discrepancy of about, I'd say 3/4 of an inch, because we actually pulled off of that mark all the way down this one. On this house, it's 48 feet. So we pulled that, and like I said, a lot of times they're not exactly square when you get there or the right measurements. And again, we, as you can see, the notch right there, that way it goes in, it's in the same spot every time with marker. So that's our front line. Then I'm going to get the other 3 lines based upon the point down there. That's my main point, and square it up and go from there. So see y'all in a little bit. One thing I realized I didn't tell you right quick, probably saying, well, how does he pull out of midair? I don't pull off of midair. I actually pull off of the end of things and just use simple addition and subtraction. So right there I've got 1'5" on my tape pulling off of there. So I know that my house is 48 feet wide. So what I do is I add 1'5" to it. That gives me 49.5. So we'll come down here and you come all the way down to the other end. And I have a black mark, as you can see right there. Make sure your tape is nice and straight. And as you can see, 49.5. And that'll get me really close to where I can start kind of getting within the 16th range. So, all right, there's that.